This is Paul from Lancaster Housing Solutions. I'm very excited today to be here with Jolene Brown. Jolene lives in Mount Pleasant in Utah, and we're building one of our tiny homes for Jolene. So today we're going to get to know her. So Jolene, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from California, but raised mostly in Orem, Utah.
How long have you lived in Mount Pleasant, which is where we're building the house?
About 20 years.
Do you have family here in Utah?
Yes, I have 3 grown children who have families of their own.
Yeah, so you got 3 children and they live in Spanish Fork and kind of surrounding areas, so you're about an hour away from them.
Right.
Have you ever actually owned your own home?
Yes, I did when I was married and raised a family there, then divorced.
And how did you get to be living in Mount Pleasant?
Well, after selling my home, I bought a piece of property with a trailer on it in Mount Pleasant.
Right, so you lived in the trailer for how many years?
Probably 15.
You did own your own home, but circumstance was such that you had to buy your own lot in a place where you could afford to live, and you lived in a trailer.
Yes.
Tell us what happened to your home.
Well, I had to leave there for periods of time to take care of my elderly parents who passed away. During that time, someone knocked on my door in the middle of the night, my mother's door, and said my house had burnt down.
Wow, so your trailer had burnt down while you were away,
Yeah.
looking after your parents. And how did you feel when they told you that?
In shock.
Yeah, did you believe it at first, or you thought, no,
I didn't.
it's somebody else's trailer? What a tragedy, but it can't be mine. Things like this don't happen.
Right.
Wow, so that
It
must have
was
been
true.
a real shocker.
It was.
And what had happened? How did it set light?
They said somebody broke in and were taking things out in the middle of the night, and then it went up in flames.
Wow, so possible arson, I think you've told me before. So you still own the lot, but the trailer was burnt to the ground, so you had absolutely nowhere to live.
Right.
How long ago did the trailer burn down, Jolie?
It's been about 7 years.
So for 7 years, you've not had a home to live in. So tell me,
Right.
where have you been living during that period of time?
I've rented a little bit. I've sofa surfed. I've stayed with my kids off and on. I've even lived in my van at times.
Really? So you've lived in your van,
Oh, yeah.
so as not to be a burden on your children, or?
Right.
Wow. So how would it feel to own your own home again?
Oh, it'd be great.
Just have that independence again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the trailer burnt down for 6 or 7 years. You didn't see an opportunity to be able to rebuild your life because properties are so expensive.
Right.
So what you've told me, and as I understand it, is that you saw a modular home for sale, one of these kind of trailer home types of things that had been imported from abroad,
Yeah.
and you inquired about it.
I thought it would be great on my property, and the salesperson was great. He
So it's like super friendly.
he was super friendly, and he seemed like he was my friend and was trying to help me out, and I ended up giving him a big down payment.
So you gave him a deposit, thinking that the house was kind of on its way to you.
Yes.
And in the meantime, there was a submission made
Right.
to Sanpete County for planning.
Yes, and they wouldn't pass it anyway. For about a year, they kept telling me no. They drug it out for a year.
So basically, it didn't meet building code.
Right, it didn't meet codes, and then I found out that some stranger owned the house to begin with.
So from what I understand, it's actually the bank who owned the house.
Okay.
And he didn't even have the authority to sell you this house. He was happy to take your cash, knowing it wouldn't pass code. He banked the money, and then you still have a lot with no property on it.
Right.
So I think we can call that a scam, well and truly.
Oh, yeah.
Been
I
scammed,
was going
Jolie.
to say that. Mm-hmm.
You gave your money away to this scam artist, and then you realised that you were in a position where you didn't have enough left in the bank with your modest amount of savings to be able to rebuild your life.
Right.
So what did you do at that point?
I didn't know how I was going to get it back. I tried talking to attorneys and to every organization I could think of, and there was just no help. I didn't know what I was going to do.
So if you wanted to fight it legally, I would imagine that you'd need more money
Oh, yes.
to put behind the project.
A lot.
Chasing a man who probably had no resources because
Right.
he'd already spent all the money,
Right.
paying his debts off probably.
Yeah.
So I would imagine you would probably advise not to pursue it legally,
Right.
because you might get a conviction, but you wouldn't get your money back.
That's right.
Yeah. Wow. So at this point, you're thinking, well, the dream of owning my own home again is
Just
never going to
gone
happen.
out the window.
So luckily, your circumstances were brought to the attention of Lancaster Housing Solutions, and we try and provide affordable homes, in many cases tiny homes, to help people get back onto the property ladder. And we thought that one of our buildings, the smallest one, the one bed, would fit perfectly onto your land. So what we've been able to do is put into action the generosity and the kindness of many, many businesses, and many have agreed to donate materials and time and trades, plumbers and electricians, people giving us free concrete, excavation companies digging out the footings, discounts on the framing materials that are going up, free flooring, free kitchens, and everybody's rallying together to help you, Jolene. How does that make you feel?
It's overwhelming. It's amazing that people are so kind and giving.
And did you believe it at first?
No, I didn't.
So you've been scammed, and how long did it take you to actually believe that people would do this for you?
Maybe till today. No, just kidding.
Maybe till today. Well, yeah, this is happening. So on Monday, the 18th of November, RB Construction, run by Bert Bradford in Spanish Fork, are coming up at absolutely no cost to do the excavation, to dig for the footings to go in. And then on Tuesday, the 19th of November, we have Imperial Plumbing coming up, who are based in Springville, and at absolutely no cost to Jolene, stubbing the property and doing the rough fix. And then on Wednesday, the 20th, we have the general contractor coming in and pouring the footings with free concrete, which has been donated, and then up goes the stick frame. So literally within 2 weeks, Jolene, you're going to see something that starts to look like a house.
Wow, I cannot believe it. I'm so grateful.
And it'll probably take around a week for the shell to go up, and then the windows will be in, the roof will be on, and then we're hoping that with everybody's hard work and generosity, if by some miracle we can get you in by Christmas, that would be absolutely wonderful.
Yes, it would. I just can't believe how people have come together, and it's just, I don't know what to say almost.
Well, you live in Utah, Jolene. It's obviously a blessing. People care about you, they love you, and even people that have never met you have heard of your circumstances, and they genuinely want to help. So we're just all excited on the big day when it's the ribbon cutting ceremony to come down and see you go into your home and get your independence back. We're so happy for you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for spending the time to let us get to know you a little bit today.
Thank
So
you.
leave me around. Thank you, Jolene.
Thank you.